Hello, everyone. Welcome to a generational anime podcast. I am Charles, and I'm here with my father, Mark.
Hello.
And the whole premise of this podcast is I'm Gen Z. I'm a lot more in touch with the youth, but I mean, does that play too much into my anime knowledge? And I'm here with my father, as I already said, Mark, and he's Gen X. And his anime knowledge is less in the sense of the internet and more of that he's just binged a lot of shows.
Yeah, I've turned into much more of a weeb than you are. And in the 6 years that I've been watching, I've watched a lot more shows than you have. But
Yes, but then again, I'm around
yeah, half the time I don't know near
Twitter
as much
all
as
the
you know
time.
about stuff.
Yeah. So we didn't really have an agenda for this first episode. So, I mean, I guess we did in the sense of we're just going to run through my top 10, his top 25, just so you guys can get a feel of what we're like, our interest and taste, just so going forward we can set a standard in a sense. So
what I think we'll do is I will go through my numbers 25 through 15.
okay.
And then because you only have top 10, and then we'll alternate from 10 up to 1.
Okay.
And I think we should discuss them, obviously not spoilers.
Yeah.
And just go through kind of the premise quickly and what the idea is. So I'll start with 25. And the first thing I was going to say is most of these I'm not rating critically. I don't
that's
want to
my
be that
thing.
way.
I don't want to nitpick.
Yeah, it's
everything to
more about
shreds.
what I've enjoyed. The other thing is I haven't, there's not much on this list that isn't a completed anime. So there's not going to be a lot of new stuff.
Yeah. We're casual anime fans. I'm not keeping up with every episode of
Yeah.
Jujutsu or whatever.
But I like to get to the ending of stuff because I think that makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
Some anime, it just, if the ending makes or breaks it a lot of times. So I always feel like if I don't see the end. And then the other thing I was going to say is I've never seen Naruto, Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, Gintama.
Just going through the
to get that out of the way. Yeah.
That's fair.
So,
I've never seen Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, Gintama as well. I'm not a Jujutsu guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start. My number 25 is Kotaro Lives Alone.
Okay.
You tell me if you even know these.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I was just about to ask, what is
So
this?
it's about a little 4-year-old kid who lives alone in this apartment complex. And it's really funny because he speaks in like old English.
Old, like Shakespearean or?
Kind of Shakespearean. He's just very prim and proper.
Okay.
And he's got a bunch of crazy neighbors who live in the apartment complex with him. It's a very... The anime is very simple, which kind of adds to the charm of it. But it's just kind of a charming, touching anime. 24 is Higurashi.
Okay.
Which just a good horror anime. It's told in a way that's extremely confusing at first, but
is that the one where the 3 seasons are divided up among like 3 streaming services and the second season's in sub? I think only
that is the case.
Okay.
Which also brings up that you and I both watched dub for the most part.
Yes, for the most part.
But the second season of Higurashi, I actually had to watch the whole thing sub.
We're not sub purists. We're not dub purists either. It's just ease of watching for us.
I'm just old and I don't feel like reading while I'm watching TV. 23, Konosuba.
Okay. I know that one. I know that one pretty well.
Just a fun show. Kazuma, he's just a perv. He wants to be a perv and he wants to get more powerful. I like the dynamic he has with Aqua, and Darkness's masochistic side is just a lot of fun. So it's a good show. 22 is Food Wars.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I know their clothes fly off every time they make food. It's just a little bit of fan service. It's not ecchi, but I just love to cook. And a lot of what they do is based on real cooking techniques, and it's just kind of fun to watch the originality with it.
Sanji from One Piece.
See, that's 21 is Shiki.
Okay. I've seen bits and pieces when I walk in the living room.
I'm sure most people would disagree with it being ranked at 21 on any list, but I watch it every Halloween. It's just a staple. It does a great job of creating a kind of a moral conflict and dilemma where you're having to choose a side, and I feel like every time I watch it, I'm on a different side. So, 20 is Durara,
Okay, I know. I know you just finished watching that one.
and you watched
I watched episode one with you. Yeah.
It's the first season is great. If it was just the first season, I would have it a lot higher. I thought the second season was really rushed in the ending, and I just didn't love the way it wrapped up. Number 19 is Death Note.
Okay. Okay. One I've also seen episode one of, and I need to go and watch Death Note.
Well, that's what we need to figure is how we're gonna do stuff going forward, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of these that I want to get you to watch,
No, that's fair.
and we'll have to figure out how we'll go about doing
I
that.
mean, we could even do. I mean, we could split like because what the first half of Death Note's 24, right? Before it's B plot.
Yeah, I think
I don't want to say B plot, but section 2. So we could split it up into 12 and 12. I
Yeah, that's
could
not a
talk
bad
about
idea.
12 episodes in a sitting.
Okay, not a bad idea. 18, Madoka Magica.
Okay, that's a horror, right?
It's a
It's like a thriller.
yeah. I mean, I think you can consider it either of those. It's a magical girl show, but it's really not a magical girl show. And the animation is incredible. The fight scenes are just they're so coolly done. It's a really cool show. 17 is Holic.
Holic. All right, get some Todd Habercorn representation.
Got some
on
Todd
here.
Habercorn is one of the big reasons too. Colleen Klinkenberg too. The main character is Yuko, and she's just she's so sexy and mysterious. I just love the way she runs stuff. It's great.
Oh, of course, of course.
Let's see. 16
16. Good number.
is Noragami.
Noragami
is-
Arigato. Arigato.
So
Is
that's
that
the second
thing?
season.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the second season. It's called Arigato or Noragami Arigato.
Is it like a Dura type thing where they're kind of two separate, or is it just a second season?
It's just a second season.
Okay.
And it's a great show. It's about a freelance god. He's just doing odd jobs, killing demons, trying to make enough money to get a shrine for him. Because the whole idea is if you don't have a shrine, that you'll be forgotten by humans. And it's kind of like the devil is a part-timer in that he used to be a feared god of war, a killing god, and now he's just reduced to doing odds and end jobs
I kind of forgot that anime, Devil's Part-Timer, exists.
because season 2 was so bad.
Yes, because season 2 was kind of bad. I should have put that on my list. Maybe I can add like an 11.
You can.
I can. Okay, I added the list.
Okay. Number 15 is Code Geass.
Kogias.
Code Geass. I don't know. There's a ton that needs to be said. I think a lot of people know about it. I think you've got a good idea of what it is. A lot of great twists. I think that's kind of the best part about it. It's just the way the story is put together and the way it all comes together with big twists. 14 is Monster,
Monster. Okay.
which I just recently watched. It's long,
It was like, what, 64?
74 episodes.
74.
But it's a great story, and the main character's name is Tenma. He's a doctor, and it's just his journey to clear his name of a crime he didn't commit, and it just does a great job.
That's cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it does a great job of exploring all the ancillary characters and going through their backstories and how they all intertwined. It's a great story. 13 is Bakano.
Okay.
Bakano is awesome. It's 13 episodes and done, and it's same guy that did Durara, and the story is told much in the same way, where it's a timeline that's scattered all over the place, and you're confused for a lot of it, but when it finally comes together, it's just kind of chef's kiss. It's so perfect the way it comes together.
Okay, I'm going to interject because I thought of one more while we were talking. I'm going to start because you're at what, 13 now?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with my 12.
Okay.
And my 12 is going to be Dagashi Kashi.
Oh.
Is that on your list as well?
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay. Dagashi Kashi is a fun one. And that's something you'll see from my list is I'm very much slice of life comedy person.
Yeah.
So Dagashi Kashi's about this little boy, not little boy, but he's this teenage boy, probably about 16, 15, also played by Todd Haberkorn. There's more. He gets more representation on here. Don't worry. But he works at a candy store. That's his dad's. And there's this girl from she's from like a big company, right? CEO daughter type girl who tries to buy this kid's dad's candy shop. And basically
They want the dad's knowledge.
And the dad's training Kokonotsu, the main character, to be his successor, but he doesn't want to. He just wants to draw manga. So it's just a lot of it's just comedy. It's funny. The main character is unhinged, which makes her great. There's so many like fake fan service scenes where it's like it is fan service, but it's played up to the point where you know it's ironic fan service.
Right.
So it's hilarious.
I do like it. Didn't like the second season as much as the first season.
Yes, because they do
First
kind of
season was good.
they do kind of drop her.
because they drop Otora, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your 12?
12 for me is Spice and Wolf.
Spice and Wolf. Okay. Trading economics. I like that.
Trading economics. Everyone knows Holo. It's a great relationship between Holo and Kraft. They grow from kind of hating each other to just a great relationship. Yeah, and the funny thing is the trade and business stuff is kind of tough to follow. It's a cool aspect because it's unusual. It's something you don't see in a lot of anime, but that part's a little tough to follow. For me, it's mostly all about just their relationship.
Okay. So yeah.
Where are you, 11?
11. So my 11 is Devil's a Part-Timer.
Okay.
I liked it. It's the same thing. It follows this basically the same thing, close to same as Dagashi Kashi. Devil, he's from another world. Him and his servant get transported to Earth using magic, and from there he needs a job to just live his life as a normal human. So he gets a job at McDonald's, out of all places.
Wait, McRonald's?
McDonald's. But then, like, a few episodes in, it's revealed that the hero who is trying to kill the devil is also in this world, but she can't just kill him because it wouldn't look right and it would gain suspicion on her. So she gets a job at a telemarketing company, and the two of them are just like, they become friends to a point, but they just hate each other.
Yeah.
Like, they'll hang out all the time, but it's like constantly hanging out. And it's funny. It starts as a corporate success story, mostly for the devil, and then it's like that mixed with house life, and then they get a baby in the second season. It just kind of it drops. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't.
We didn't even finish the second season.
We didn't because I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think that's probably common to a lot of people.
Yeah. So what? Now you're 10, right?
I'm at 11.
No, 11.
My 11 is Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill. Okay. I like where this is going.
It's so fun. I just love Kill la Kill. I've watched it like 3 times. The battle scenes are great. Ryuko and Sasuke are just both badasses. I just love it. And it's the fan service is supposed to be part of the whole thing, but it is over the top and crazy, but it's still it's fun as hell.
All right, moving on. My number 10 is a One Piece.
Okay.
It's mostly a 10 because we're at Drum Island. Well, we're at Drum Island. Speaking of which, we got Chopper on our mixer today.
Nice.
Little
I do like Chopper.
idol. We're at Drum Island. I personally have gotten to Fishman, so I think it's a 10. It's not. It goes against every grain and soul in my being, but I don't think. I mean, it's not like amazing. Like, I'm not sitting and watching One Piece in awe. I will say the pacing, even in the manga, it's not crazy good. Don't even get me started on just the power scaling and the systems and all that works. It's confusing to follow from a logistical standpoint. And that's why it's a 10. It's good and enjoyable. I like the characters. I think they all have good traits. Sanji sometimes, but they all have good traits. I like them all. It's fun. It's also one where if I don't think about it too hard, I can just turn off my brain and listen and it's not crazy bad. So
Yeah, I didn't consider One Piece because
you're not. Yeah, we're nowhere near
yeah,
into it.
I've watched so little of it, but
Yeah.
I really enjoy it a lot.
No, I do
don't.
too.
And you mentioned the pacing. That's the one thing that
No, the pacing.
the one thing that I don't like is just how long each battle is.
I didn't tell you this. Did I tell you this? The whole Alabasta thing with Mr. Zero.
Are you gonna spoil?
No, I'm not spoiling. I'm saying the fact that it takes about 30 episodes.
Oh, okay.
That takes 30 episodes. That's all, just warning you. So yeah, One Piece, I think it's about a 10. It's nothing like I'd get served on a golden platter and be like, "Sir, here's your One Piece." But it's also like, I enjoy it. I like it. As I said, I have One Piece merch. It's something I enjoy and I like.
Yeah, I do too. Well, and I started with the live action. I liked
Yeah,
the
you
live
did.
action so much. It's what made me start watching because I never, just with it being so big, I never really thought I was going to take on the
Yeah, no,
Endeavor.
of course. And I think that's almost part of the fun of One Piece is the fact that you don't have to like rush through it to get to the end.
Yeah,
You can just sit back and take it at your own pace and enjoy it.
yeah, and I know I'll never watch it all,
Oh yeah, no, of course.
but you don't have to, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Your number 10.
My number 10 is Fruits Basket.
Okay.
It's just great. There's so many emotions. It's just so emotional. Like you wouldn't like it. You'd be bored.
No, not
You'd
at
be
all.
bored out of your mind. But it's just that there's great relationships, tons of emotional swings. It's a really well done show, and that's the new version. I've never seen the old version, but I was told to watch the new one, and the new one is great.
You haven't or have seen the
I haven't seen the original.
Okay.
one. So that's my 10.
Mine is okay, so my 9. My 9's Ghost Stories. This one's kind of grasping at straws. Very much grasping at straws to fill up my list.
I don't think so at all. And actually, I was going to say that now that I'm to 10, I think that a lot of these are going to be similar. I don't know that there's too many. I might be wrong, but I don't know that there's.
I think our 4 could be the same.
Yeah, we're going to have a few, and part of the reason we're doing this podcast is
It's just to have just to have fun.
well, that and what I was going to say is the ones that we've watched together.
It gives us reason to discuss and almost like archive our discussions, maybe.
Well, what I was going to say is just because I get to spend time watching it with you, I just
Wow.
I value them more.
Wow, so sentimental, guys. Only on Generational Anime Podcast do
go.
you get this sentimental of conversations.
That's exactly right. But there's something to us watch them together that just
of course.
sometimes makes it more enjoyable. Or not
Which we'll
sometimes, all
get
the
to that
time.
with
because I know there's got to be
there's one on this list that we're gonna get to when we talk about sentimentality,
yes.
and it's gonna But anyways, my number 9 is Ghost Stories. It's funny. It's stupid. What can I say? The amount of times I've quoted "Think of a big black man chasing you," it's through the roof. That and where's the damn cat? It's so great.
Why don't you go bomb an abortion clinic?
So great, and it's obviously something that could never be done today.
And did you say the English dub?
Specifically the English dub. If you guys didn't guess already, it's great, and it's something that as I said, could never be done today. But I think it's because of that makes it so funny. Is in that, and it's knowing what went into making the English dub, and the fact that there was, I don't want to say no care, but no like pre-measures. They went in the booth, they made jokes, and they left. It's the almost genuine recording and genuinity. You get what I mean, right? Genuinity, is that a word?
I don't know.
Anyways, it's the fact that this is what they did and this is what they decided to that makes it so good. And that's why it's number 9 for me.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's great.
I love it. Okay, my number 9 is Bleach. Without question, the longest anime I've watched.
300, right?
I didn't watch any of the filler, but I think I can't remember the number it comes out to if you skip the filler.
It's like it's like 250, right? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not. Well, I've got there's shonen on the list, but I'm not usually a big shonen person. But there's just something about Bleach. I really like it. I love Ichigo as a character in his just him learning himself and what he needs to do to evolve to be able to help his friends. And I'm on the second season of Thousand Year Blood War, and it's so great. It's takes it up a notch, and this is one of the few that's on here that's not done, but the first half before Thousand Year Blood War is pretty much an anime to itself, so I didn't mind putting that on. So that's my 9.
My number 8. We're getting into more traditional. I say traditional in the sense of it's not slice of life, but
Okay.
my number 8 is Zatch Bell. And I think Zatch Bell is it's close to. I mean, thinking about it retrospectively, not retrospectively, but from what it is, it's close to perfect from what I'd want from an anime. It's a good blend between your stereotypical shonen, right, mixed with the comedy and humor of a slice of life, which, I mean, in a sense, that's kind of what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 is, but
Yeah.
to a degree. But Zatch Bell, it's good. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's funny. It's got fights that are good fights. They're well structured. I like the motivation and the morals behind it as well. And I genuinely enjoy it. I think it'd be really cool for them to remake it, even redub it, or finish the anime. But that's never going to happen. But yeah, that's my number 8.
All right. Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes with you, so not enough to...
Yeah, of course. Form your own opinion about it.
My number 8 is Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. I was wondering what was going to be on here.
Yes. Number 8. If you don't know what Cowboy Bebop is, then I'm
Get out.
sure you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. So it's just a well-told story of bounty hunters traveling through space and their relationship as they try to make money just to be able to have enough to eat food. But it's well done.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all
Okay.
I've got.
My number 7. So once again, this is if anyone looked at this list without the context of who I am, I think it'd be absolutely torn to shreds. But my number 7 is Panty and Stocking.
It's all you.
It's all me. This is the
I've
most
seen,
me.
I think, a half an episode.
Half an episode. You didn't like it all that much. I mean, not all that much, but you didn't enjoy the taste of humor that much.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what it was. I've passively heard you watching or listening to it, and some of it's funny. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it that just didn't suck me in.
It's fair, and I don't blame you. It's not for everyone. That's one. I mean, I've seen it all, considering it's 12 episodes. I read the spin-off book. Season 2. I mean, I want to say it's soon, but it's probably not. But
When did season 1 air?
season 1 aired in 2012. It was before. Because Gainax switched to what company? Oh God. I don't remember.
They did Gurren Lagann. I know
Yeah.
that. But
They did Kill la Kill as well.
Think of the name.
Is it
Yeah.
was Gainax Mappa? No.
No.
Hold on. No. Okay, Trigger. Yeah. Studio Trigger.
Okay.
So
that's right.
Banning and Stalking was when it was still Gainax. So it's a Trigger. I don't want to say classic, but it's definitely an original Trigger, considering we don't talk about Evangelion or Fooly Cooly or Gurren Lagann or any of those that are like the original Gainax. But it exists. There's notability to it. I mean, it's getting a season 2 after what, 12 years? So
How do you know it's getting a season 2?
because it was announced
Oh,
at
it was.
an anime con. It's funny, it got announced when I was watching the second to last episode. They announced season 2. And I was like, oh, what timing?
It's always amazing when a second season comes back after so long.
I know. But no, I enjoy it. It's just more funny humor. Funny subjectively, but it's unhinged. Super duper unhinged. And that's what I like about it.
Look at this list. I don't know why I didn't have Gurren Lagann on here. I was going through Mal and just kind of looking at top stuff. It's got to be squeezed in here somewhere. Oh, well. Okay, number 7.
Yeah.
Is
number
one we'll
7.
both discuss. So you can take it off your list because I know it'll be there, which is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That was my 4.
Okay.
JoJo was my 4. Okay. That makes sense.
And, well, I mean,
Where do we want to start with this?
I don't actually. The funny thing is, it
could
have been higher.
It just depends on what part you're retrospectively
Well,
thinking
and that's
about
the
when you
thing
rank it.
is JoJo's a tough one too because
it's like looking at part 1 and then the newest part 9, which it's so different.
Well, and you're not even talking anime anymore, but I know
I'm not.
At some point in time, we'll do an episode where we discuss our favorite
JoJo parts.
seasons of JoJo. Yeah,
Hell, we could do part by part, honestly.
yeah, we could, and that's an idea. But I as a whole of what's been animated, it's crazy and fun.
Oh no,
and
it's amazing.
Each season is a little bit different. Stardust Crusaders is
Is your favorite?
I used to think that, but I go back and forth. It's Monster of the Week. It's pacing maybe a little bit long.
A little bit. I think everything with the Egyptian god cards could have been cut.
Yeah, I guess so. But then there's some battles that, well, like the Darby the Gambler, like that's
Like
a
that-
whole
that was
day's
no-
battle.
yeah.
And there's a lot of content to it, but some of them could have been shorter. Maybe it could have been shorter just as a whole.
Yeah. I don't
But
think
still great.
there was any reason for Boingo and Whole Horse to team up. But
Yeah, it's still great.
oh, of course. But I mean, that's just part 3. I mean, I think call me normal, but part 7 is probably my favorite. Not saying part 9 because it's not done yet, but I'm really enjoying part 9 as of right now. I think the latest chapter came out. It was the 17th, 18th of Wednesday, I think. And I really enjoyed reading and catching up. It's good.
Well, when the anime comes out, I'll
What, for part 9?
catch up.
Part 9? All right. I'll play it in front of your grave.
Not that old.
Anyways.
Sure, it'll come out before that.
So
So yeah,
Stone Ocean released in 2011. Put that into perspective.
Yeah, but I think they're coming out quicker now
Good point.
than they were. Because when was
Get a little closer to your mic. Sorry, you're covering your...
when was Phantom Blood written?
Oh, God, like 1998. And it got animated 2011, which was around the time of Stone Ocean. So, yeah, no, it makes sense. It's exaggerating. That's a joke. Part 7 anime when?
Yeah, I think they'll come out quicker now just because the success that they've had.
But, I mean, part 6 came out. Part 6 is pretty good. Speaking of 6, here's my number 6.
Very nice.
My number 6 is Psyche K.
Okay.
You haven't seen enough of it, I wouldn't say.
No, I like Psyche K.
Okay.
I don't have it on the list because I
You've seen
think I
the
only
first
watched
season.
one season with you, so
See,
I just
I binged season 2 and 3 subbed when I had COVID
okay.
and Reawakening. So I've seen all of Psyche K. I love Psyche K. It's fast paced, great for me and my ADHD or whatever, you know.
Good comedy.
Keeps my mind blowing, keeps my mind going. So it's very enjoyable for me. I think all the characters have their own unique personality aspect, and they all mesh nicely, and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I just didn't watch.
Yeah.
Is the second season dubbed?
Second season and third season are sub only.
Okay.
And then the Reawakening, they did dubbed, but it's not the original dub voice actors, which is something I don't like when they change it
Yeah.
halfway through the season. That's the same reason why Yokai Watch season 3 pisses me off so much. That's not on here, but honorable mention goes out to Yokai Watch. That shit's great.
And I love the voice actor for Psyche K is Jerry Jewell.
Is he?
Does Kyo, who's the cat in
Fruits
Fruits
Basket.
Basket. I love his voice.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah, he's got a good voice.
All right, you're number 6.
My number 6 was Ghost Stories, the English dub. So
Okay, so we had that one on here as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
of course.
Okay.
The-
It's so
much-
I mean,
we've had-
what is there you can say that I already
nothing. We've had a ton of fun watching it. So it's yeah.
So what? My number 5 then.
Yep.
My number 5 is Hunter x Hunter. It's up here high, but I've had a really good time reading it.
So have you watched it at all?
I'm reading it.
Okay.
I say reading. I'm not finished. I haven't even got to Chimera, and Chimera Antark is apparently one of like the best arcs in all of anime I've heard. Period. So I'm right at the tail end of Greed Island, but it's good.
How many episodes?
It's like 390. I may be overshooting it a little bit, but it's in the 300s to watch the anime.
It is. So it's
But the anime was made in 2011 as well, 2011, 2012. So there's not filler to worry about. It's just straight shot.
well, that kind of. I was hoping there was some filler.
Oh,
so I could
okay,
cut
that makes sense.
the content down. What? How many? Okay, how many episodes is Naruto?
Oh, I don't even know.
Which is
Probably-
longer, Naruto or Hunter x Hunter? Do you know that?
Oh, probably Naruto original or Shippuden? Are we counting Shippuden?
just original.
I'd say probably Hunter. I'm not sure. I don't know the count on Naruto.
I kind of, for some reason, in my mind, I grouped those two together.
Not at all.
And
Hunter x
I
Hunter.
want to watch one of them. At some
Hunter x
point in
Hunter
time.
is JoJo-esque. I'd say if you're gonna watch any, watch Hunter x Hunter.
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter has those power sets. It's like it's got a weird power system that's fun and it's very enjoyable. So it's my number 5, and it's once I get to Chimera, I mean it's not gonna skyrocket considering it's got basically a brick wall in front of it, but out of the flexibility ones, Hunter x Hunter's up there.
All right. I like it. My number 5 is going to be high on your list, so I'm just going to say it. Then we'll talk about it when we get to you, which
Okay.
is Sergeant Frog.
Okay. Then we'll that'll be the okay.
Yeah, we can pass that. So
Yeah,
why
okay.
don't you go to your?
My 4 was JoJo. So
Okay.
we're at my 3 then. Do you want to catch up to your 3 real quick then?
So well, I haven't done 4.
Do your 4, do your 3, and then I'll do my 3, so my number 1 can be talked about last.
Okay. So my number 4 is Psycho Pass.
Okay, that makes sense.
Psycho Pass is and
Which season?
well, I'm actually kind of breaking my
And
rules
movie?
here. I'm breaking my rules a little bit because I did not love season 2. So my number 4 rating of Psycho Pass is strictly for Psycho Pass season 1. It's such a good show, and I think if we actually get Gen Xers who listen to this, it's got a Western vibe to it. It's more of a crime thriller that is about a dystopian future where people's propensity to commit crime can be detected by the law enforcement. And
You got ChatGTP.
yes, very AI-ish, but it's just a very clever story. It's a really good story with good characters, and yeah, that's my 4. So okay, now
Your 3.
I'm doing my 3.
Yes.
So my 3 is Samurai Champloo.
I was wondering where it was gonna be. Okay.
So now you know my 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
So Watanabe did Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, and I think 99% of people would disagree with me to have the order flipped. Matter of fact, when I hear most podcasts or people doing their top lists, Samurai Champloo is not even usually on it. But I'm a sucker for stories where people go on long journeys.
Don't spoil too much because I think this is one I want to cover on here.
Okay. And it's just, I won't spoil it. It's a journey between
Well,
three characters.
yeah, I know a decent bit of it too, which kind of sucks, but
Well, but it's not even about like to me, Samurai Champloo is a story that I think
it's not about the
I
journey.
could
I mean, it's not about the destination.
right.
It's about the journey.
I could spoil it for you,
And you could say that,
and you'd still like it.
huh? I'm mimicking out.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's just it's three characters. Mugen Jin. What's her name? I can't think of her name. Fu. And I love their relationship, and it's just cool to watch them go through the countryside, travel from town to town. So I just really enjoyed it a lot.
All right, do we want to do this on the count of 3?
What number are you on?
2? And I know exactly what your 2
So
is
you
because I
think-
know what your number 1 is.
Okay, all right.
Our number 2 is the exact same.
Okay, so
1, 2, 3.
Full
Full Metal
Metal
Alchemist
Alchemist
Brotherhood. Thank you. Do you want to lead? Do you want to start in this discussion, or do we want to? When do we want to start the waterworks?
well, I obviously we're not going to spoil it at all, but I've watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood 3 times now.
I've seen it once, and I saw it because I mean he talked about it nonstop. and I was
After I had
like-
watched it twice.
and I was like, you know what? I've never seen this is. It's been number 1 on Mall. It's highly rated. I know it's not mainstream in a
It's
sense.
2 now on Mall, by the way.
It's 2.
Freerun, which is I like Freerun. But
Anyways,
I don't think it's going to be.
but I was like, you know what? I'll watch it. I'll give it a try.
I can't believe that you stuck through 64 episodes.
Flash
or actually
forward.
not stuck through. I can't believe you committed to watching 60.
Committed. I enjoyed it
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't believe beforehand.
beforehand.
It doesn't surprise me once it got going.
Of course. And there were times like up in the north with Kimberly where I was like, I started to sleep a little bit. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I remember pretty much every main story beat. But flash forward, episode 64, 60, is it 64 or is it 65?
I thought it was 64, but there could be a 65th.
Anyways, 63, 64, 65. What was it? It was about like what? Maybe 6 p.m. on the couch. And
Probably.
we're both bawling our eyes out together. And it's more impactful to me because I've never seen it, but he's seen it. This is his 3rd time and he's still crying.
Still always makes me cry. And then, I knew the scenes that were going to do that to you too. 'Cause
And it's like-
there's that other scene, if you remember, that was, where,
Yeah.
Ed's going back through the doors.
Oh my god. It gives me the chills thinking about it. But no, that was one we both really enjoy.
Yeah, it's great. And it's interesting to me because I listen to a lot of podcasts about anime. I am a weeb, and I've heard a lot of top lists recently, and I just always find it funny when people put it at 12 or 15. I don't understand how.
Here's something I will say. For my interaction with my friends, right? They think it's overrated. In a sense of overrated in the fact that people review bomb the hell out of it on Mal.
Okay.
And therefore they watch it with a distaste or whatever, or don't even want to watch it because they're like, it can't be that good. People are just review bombing it. So there's some, I don't want to say jealousy, but I feel like going into it for maybe a more critical Mal stalker, there's a little bit of hatred going into it, being like, people review bomb this.
Yeah, I'm sure there probably is, and I think a lot of it comes from people who haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Who say that. But I'm talking about people who have watched it
That's fair.
and rate it like their 15th ranked anime. I just don't as somebody who has watched it, I just don't understand how you can't look at the storytelling and the plot and the journey. I don't get it.
No,
but I can see
100%.
people who haven't seen it thinking it's overrated. But there's a reason. And for me, I haven't been watching anime for years and years and years, but I do I have that older feeling where I get mad about recency bias when I see things that are older shows that are ranked, that I think are really great shows that are ranked way lower than something that just came out like a Demon Slayer. And I have fun with Demon Slayer. The animation is amazing, but the story to me is just not great enough to be as ranked as high as it is on a lot of people's lists.
That makes sense. So we'll talk about your number one first.
Well, why don't we do your...
Why don't we do mine? No, that's fine. You know, that's fine, because I'm thinking.
Because we'll bridge to show 2 after mine.
Bridge to show 2? Or number 1, 2?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I get where you're going.
Maybe we should edit this out.
No. We leave the vamping in.
Okay.
My number 1, as he mentioned earlier, is Sergeant Frog / Kararo Gunso, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Oh my god, I don't know where to start with this one. This is...
Can I start by saying that if you haven't seen it and you have Funimation,
just
go watch it and watch the dub, even if you're a sub purist.
Yes, please. Even if you're a sub purist, this is old. This is 2008 Funimation. Okay, that dubbed this. So this isn't like we have to stick to our script. We have to put in as many pop culture, not put in crackdown. You know, make sure this is 1-to-1 translation as much as we can. No, this is an anime that is purely as good as it is through Todd Havercorn's acting. And I love Todd Havercorn. This man is, in my head, one of the greatest voice actors of all time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's his performance, him and Sabat, that almost, I mean, it's the two of them, because I guess they're not the first to introduce, but it's the actors' performances and the writing itself that sells the show. And I still think this is one of the best examples of pop culture references in the show. Is there's an episode where this human boy, his name's Fuyuki, is asked to be a detective and he's already laughing because he knows exactly the joke I'm going to pull up. So he's asked to be a detective by another character's father. And the father says to him, I hear at school you're a regular Conan O'Brien. And the son, Fuyuki responds with, I think you got your Conans mixed up. Which is such a great reference. And whether you want to take it as Conan O'Doyle or Detective Conan like I took it as, he was like, no, it's a Conan O'Doyle reference.
Sir Arthur Conan O'Doyle? I can't even think of it now, but
I don't know. Either way,
Sherlock Holmes.
Either way, it was such a great, it's the perfect example of the humor this show uses. Another good one is they're getting chased by some eels in a hallway, right? And they enter this room and they're like, oh, there's a bunch of toys. We can use these to distract them. And Sabat goes, with which to distract them, but now's not the time for grammar. And we rewatched that segment in the sub. That joke was not in there. This is why I'm saying this anime is one that needs to be experienced through dub, is because it's the writing and the acting and the jokes that sell it. And
well, the other great thing is there's a plot
everyone.
and a storyline, but mostly it's episodic, and you really can watch an episode. It's nice to get to know the characters, but you don't have to get fully invested in it and watch every single episode to appreciate it. And we've watched so many episodes so many times.
Oh, of course. It's if anyone ever asked me, hey, what's your comfort anime, in quotes, mine's Kararo. Because I can turn it on, and no matter what's going on in my life, in my head, in my brain, I can sit down, I can look at the little frog and him do funny stuff and say funny things, and I can just have a good laugh. And it's not even, I mean, the jokes, nothing comes from it being cynical, nothing comes from it being too outlandish. There's really not much crude humor.
No, not really.
It's
I think
mostly
it's clever.
Yeah, no, it's clever writing humor. It's one of my favorites. I mean, it is my favorite.
Yeah, it's great.
My number one. You want to go on to yours?
Yeah, my number one is Steins Gate. And
Yeah.
I don't. Well, we're not going to talk about it much at all because our plan is.
It's his number one. I've never seen it. He hypes it up to hell and back. I'm gonna watch it, and we're gonna take it. What do we say? 3 episodes by 3 episodes?
Yeah, 3 or 4,
3 or 4
at a time.
And we're gonna break it up, and we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna review it on the podcast, and under the perspective he knows what happens, and I don't. So,
well, my memory's bad enough that I.
that's kind of the glory of having him on this podcast, but.
No, I know it happens, but it's a time travel anime, so every time you watch it, you pick up something new. Just like any time travel show, there's so many things that you miss on each watch that I'd love to watch it again. And I know most people don't like Steins Gate Zero as much. I really like Steins Gate Zero too. And maybe if you enjoy Steins Gate as much
We can
as
do
I did,
Steins
I'll
Gate
get
Zero.
you to do Zero as well.
I'd love to.
So
that's it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say that's probably enough to talk about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
It's about a. I don't even know if I want to give it. It's a time travel anime.
That it's about society's perspective on people. Could you say that in a sense?
No,
No?
I wouldn't say that. It's about a guy's struggle to help his friends, but his whatever choice he makes ultimately leads to agony for him, and it's how he manages that.
That makes sense.
That's the deeper part of it.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, I love it. So we'll talk about it more in the next
course.
episode. Yes.
Are we, I guess that makes sense that we're going directly into doing the Steins Gate stuff?
I guess unless we change our mind, we don't
I
have
don't
a
know.
script with anything
Good
yet,
point.
do
We
we?
really don't.
I thought that's what we would do, though.
I thought so too. That or we could sandwich some few other stuff in between the Steins Gate, but who knows?
Yeah.
But
I figure the sooner we do it, the sooner I can get you to watch it. So
yeah, no, that's fair. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't have crazy much of an agenda. I know at some point, and I don't know when, there's probably going to be some not solo, but me and a guest star.
there'll be times that you kick me off.
Yeah. And
Fair.
it's to talk about stuff you have no interest in.
It's fair.
Like
fine.
it might be, I mean, one thing I definitely have in mind is I have a friend who's super into One Piece, and I want to pull him on here. And I just want to talk about One Piece with him and the storytelling and how the world's laid out.
Yeah.
So
No problem with that.
yeah. So we're Generational Anime Podcast. We have an email. If you guys want to email us, we are generationalanimepod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do the thing podcasts do before every episode. We'll read the inbox, see what everyone has to say.
And
Please
like us.
Please like us.
follow us.
Please follow.
I don't even know. What did you
Share it around. I don't even know what you can do on podcast sites, but
Are you? What did you? It's on Spotify. Right
Spotify and YouTube is what I'm gonna do.
Now? Okay. Cool.
So if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, add us to your watch list.
And if anybody listens to this, we appreciate it.
We very much
And we
appreciate
hope
it.
that you'll join us on the next episode.
We do too. Thank you very much, everyone.